Hello, and welcome to Tank Takedown Milestone 5, aka the final. As you can see, some things have changed with our prefabs. Now we have actual objects for the different power-ups instead of just cubes. So the fire rate and speed power-ups are both arrows, speed being green, fire rate being blue, and then the health pickup is a red heart. Each of the pickups does something different, as it should, with the fire rate allowing the player to fire a little bit faster and being temporary. The health pickup permanently gives the person who picks it up 20 extra health until it reaches the max of 50. And then the speed power-up will go ahead and give the player, or adds 5 to their movement speed for 5 seconds, and is not permanent. Now I'll go ahead and show you my scripts, starting with the game manager. So the game manager now will keep track of both players' scores. It will automatically instantiate the player to start, and then set up its camera and the menu music, as well as spawn a second player if the toggle for a second player is activated, as well as adjust their camera sizes so that way you can see both of their views on the screen. And then they still respawn, spawn enemies. Next we have the title menu script, which controls all of the UI menus, starting from the very beginning, where it essentially pauses the game before the map is generated, so that way it can be adjusted through the options menu if the user decides to. And then when they start the game, it will go ahead and create a score set for the player, or for player 1. It will unpause the game, generate the map, and play some music. And then we have a reset game, which you can see through the game over screen, which essentially will destroy all of the current game objects in the scene, and then move into the start game functions to reinstantiate everything, allowing for a full reset. And then you have the ability to click on the options menu, quit, return, and here is the game over screen, which will go ahead and display the high score as well as each player's score. Next is the options menu, which has code for a toggle for whether or not it's a 2-player game, as well as the level of the day, which will take the current date and set that equal to the map type. You have the option to input your own number for the map seed, which will help generate a randomized map, as well as sliders for the music and sound effects volumes. Here we have the input manager, which has the 2 schemes, WASD and the arrow keys. By default, player 1 is set to move with WASD and shoot with the spacebar, while player 2 by default moves with the arrow keys and presses the 0 key to shoot. And here you can see the code for the respective input schemes. And then they also have fully functioning audio, which has been updated since the last time. Next we have the AI controller, which still has the same 4 personality types. The guard, who patrols and will shoot the player if they see it. Kamikaze, who seems to be the randomized favorite, will chase down the player and kill them both if they come in contact. The Sniper, who stays in one position but constantly rotates and will shoot if they see the player. And the Coward, who does nothing but run away from the player if they see them. And then here is my camera controller to allow the player, or to allow the camera to be on each respective player and follow their position from a somewhat top-down point of view. Now for some more stuff in the inspector. Here we have my map generator object, which will allow users to go ahead and customize the size of the map, or I should say developers can customize the size of the map, as well as set the seed and map type through here. We have the canvases for the different menus, as well as a separate canvas for player 1 and player 2, so that they can have their UI kept track of separately. Now I will go ahead and show you the gameplay. As you can hear, we now have menu music, which is adjusted by the slider, as it's supposed to be. We have a toggle for 2-player game, level of the day, the map seed if you want to enter in something specific. For the purpose of this, I will go ahead and select 2-player game and level of the day. And go ahead and start. So player 1 is on the top half of the screen, and as I said before, he uses WASD and spacebar to shoot. And then player 2 moves with the arrow keys and presses the 0 key to shoot. And you can see their health is in each of their respective top left corners, and their score is in their top right corner. Alright, now you can see that player 1 has lost 1 life, but player 2 still has all 3 of theirs. And here is a health pickup. So now it'll be a little bit harder to kill player 1 again. Player 2's score has been updated. Here we have the arrow pickup for the speed power-up, which moves them significantly faster. And then now I'll go ahead and let them die, so you can see game over screen. Here we go. We have the high score, player 1's score. Option to restart the game, which boom, completely resets. And that is Tank Takedown Milestone 5. Thank you very much for watching.